The role of human resources has been critical in the midst of the pandemic and has had to constantly evolve. We witnessed fresh investments for the sector as well. And recently, Tata Capital invested $10 million in an HR tech company. In a statement, they said they believe the adoption of SaaS-based processes will decide future winners as businesses go digital. NDTV also spoke to the HR tech company that they invested in to know how these funds will be utilized.
So we will be growing 10 times in all the markets, including India. So currently we are at a run rate of about 10 million USD. We should go to 100 million in the next 3 years.
But I'd also like to ask you the lessons learned during the pandemic, in particular for the human resources sector.
So the lessons learned that what we used to have all those control processes, laws, policies have now gone out of the window. Today we are talking hybrid working. I think there are tools which are demand for hybrid working. Today you're not even meeting teams, but you hardly meet your teams, especially in the service industry. But you're expected to collaborate and work. Informal leaders have come to the place. Earlier hierarchy of having a president and then GM and all gone now. So I think the lessons learned is where the uncertainty is going to be there. Business models are going to change. You can see in banks, the new banks coming, or you're seeing in logistics, the business models, what was there, the forecasts have gone out of the window. So for businesses and including us, we have stopped taking anything for granted and started projecting for 3 years, 5 years. The lesson is to say, look for and prepare for the uncertainties and be ready with all those challenges. So that is the biggest lesson we have learned. The other thing which we have learned is whatever model worked so far will not work for the future. And I think, and people have been talking of new gen workers, but I think it equally applies for even the old workers or the people who are in the 40s and 50s, because the priorities have changed, way of working has changed, and just moving. People are now saying, why should I do all those things? Why should I commute? Why do I do all those activities? So the HR managers are now asked them to change with the way you measure performance, the way you give learning. Classroom learning is gone, micro learning coming in. The way you interview people there's a great resignation happening, and people are saying joinings are hardly anything. How do I still hire people? So those are the challenges we are facing, and in fact, it's an interesting time for us. Someone like ZingHR, because never before has HR managers come to people like us say, do you have solutions for this? And that is what I think is keeping us in the focus.
Thank you for your time and for this interaction.